Welcome back to ESA Summer 21. We're raising money for Save the Children. Links to donate can be found below the stream. We would also like to thank Twitch and ViewSonic for sponsoring this event. And we've got DanSpence94 with Devil May Cry. How you doing today, Dan?
I'm doing very well, Brad. Doing very well. How you doing, mate?
Doing excellent. What have you got in store for us today?
So like it says, this is Devil May Cry 1, the original, that was originally released on PlayStation 2. We're going to be basically breaking it apart mission by mission. On the comms with me today, I've got the legendary DE Cosmic, who without him, I wouldn't be running this game, if you want to say a few words, dude.
Hey, I'm DE Cosmic. I almost said I was Devil May Cosmic. Anyway, so I'm DE Cosmic, and I am a Devil May Cry series speedrunner, and I am here to support the homie Dan.
All right, then, yeah. So basically, game's timed in real time. So as soon as we hit new game, we jump into it, and that's when time's going to start. I'll keep this brief, and we'll just talk about the run as and when we go through it. So for the tech guys in the background, I'll count down from 5. As soon as I hit new game, timer will start. So if I count down from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, Devil May Cry. So a bunch of cutscene here that we're just going to skip straight away. So the story behind Devil May Cry is a lot of people would probably know already, but if you don't, Devil May Cry was made by Capcom, and it was originally being developed to be Resident Evil 4. Now, because of the development going so far left that it can basically made its own IP, they made Devil May Cry instead, and then with the Resident Evil 4 that we did get is obviously the one that everyone knows and loves. So the story goes, we're playing as a man named Dante, who is a half-demon, half-human hybrid. He's also a demon hunter. He gets attacked in his office by a woman named Trish, who basically tells him the Demon King Mundus has resurrected and we need your help, like he's never heard this before. The first thing you see me do here is I've grabbed something called a red orb cache on the top of that skewer there. Red orb economy is going to be our biggest thing in this run. I'll let Cosmic detail a bit more on that whilst I grab some items here.
Yeah, so basically this game is all based around rankings. It has very much an arcade feel to it. It is actually designed to sort of emulate the structure of a lot of arcade games that Hideki Kamiya grew up playing. So the way that we're going to be ranked is by the amount of damage that we take, the amount of orbs that we collect, and how fast we go through the levels. And we're going to get ranks from D to S. Most of the time we're going to be trying to go for S. A is pretty okay in some instances. And we're just going to use this to collect a lot more red orbs for that economy that Dan mentioned earlier. When we get an S rank, we obviously get the most amount of red orbs. So what Dan is doing now is kind of stacking up red orbs to sort of secure the right amount of orbs for the end of the level, so that even if he takes a couple of hits of damage, he's still going to be able to acquire that S rank. Heading down into the basement here as well, he's going to be doing something called slash canceling, where Dante has this 3-hit combo. However, it's a little bit slow on the recovery for the last hit, so there's 2 ways to actually cancel the recovery of the first 2 hits, which allows you to loop them into themselves. You can either, I think it's mash shoot or something else, or you could also rotate the analog stick 360 degrees. I know I myself personally prefer to rotate the analog stick. The marionettes that are in this basement, these puppets that are here, that are sort of like the guardians of the castle that we see at first, they have a bunch of different variations ranging from light blue to that red that you see there. The red has the most amount of health and the light blue has the least amount of health. And the enemy types that are in that basement are totally random, so you can lose 5 to 10 seconds just if those red marionettes spawn there. However, nothing doing. We're going to be moving on. So the spawns up here are fixed, so Dan's just going to be kind of whacking away at them, just doing these launches to keep the enemies off their feet, make it so that he can just launch into the air and then shoot them with the guns, which do a ton of damage in this game. Not just Devil May Cry 2, this game as well. The guns are really, really strong in this game. You're going to see that. Alright, so heading into the next mission here, you're going to see that Dan is going to acquire that S rank, I believe, because he got over 200 orbs and beat the mission in about 2 minutes 40 seconds. So This next mission here is actually going to introduce us to the sword called Elastor. Dante gets two main weapons in this game that we're going to be using. Elastor is a sword that uses electricity for its primary attacks. This also gives us access to Dante's powered-up state called Devil Trigger. This is a mechanic that's present in every Devil May Cry. And in order to activate Devil Trigger, you need 3 runes of Magic or Devil Trigger gauge. And in this game, it's called Magic. Because the term Devil Trigger didn't actually originate until Devil May Cry 2. So we start out with 0 magic, but now we can start to stack it up, and we can use that to our advantage, not only for movement, but also for attack power as well. Also worth noting on this mission that we don't want to take any damage at all, especially on this next fight here. For these enemies called the Sin Scissors. So what Dan's going to be aiming to do with the Sin Scissors here, after picking up the Staff of Judgment in the next room, is he is going to try and do a critical hit where he will jump off of the Scissors body, because you can jump off of enemies in this game. You can jump off of any enemy. It's called Enemy Step. And he'll be looking to do a slam down with a sword called Helmbreaker. And hopefully, if the Scissors are cooperative, it will kill them in one hit. So I'm just going to let you just concentrate here for a sec.
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh no. Unfortunate.
The one thing that we didn't want to happen happened.
Right? No? Exactly, yep. Pretty easily adjustable, but definitely inconvenient. Alright, so Dan did actually take a hit there, so that is going to affect the next couple of missions. So he is going to get an A rank here. Ideally, you do want to get an S rank so you can pick up an ability called Stinger Level 2. We're only going to be able to grab Stinger Level 1 on the next mission. So we miss out on about 400 red orbs with that, but there's plenty of backups that we got in place to fix this. So you're going to see Dan grab Stinger Level 1 there, and now we're going to be looking to go through this level here and get a special bonus. So a special bonus, essentially what you do to grab a special bonus on a level, this is separate from an S rank. However, you intrinsically get a S rank along with getting special bonuses. So special bonuses not only make it so that you reach the requirements of S rank, but you basically blow them out of the water. So you max out all the available rankings from damage, orbs, and time. And so essentially you have to not get hit, get a certain amount of red orbs, as well as clear the mission very fast. So Dan's going to be looking to just not take any damage. The damage that is down here in this underwater section is forced, so the game doesn't count that against us, fortunately. And then these skulls here, he's going to be taking them out with Stinger. Also worth noting that the farther away from an enemy you are, the more damage Stinger does. So, unfortunately for us, since we're in such close quarters here, we don't have that option, really. The next boss here, I think, is probably where a lot of people's journey ended with this game before they unlocked easy mode. This is the boss called Phantom. And we're looking to do some critical hits on Phantom here with Helmbreak as well, where we're looking to kill him with about 4 hits, because we need to jump off of his body and then hit him in a part where his tail is exposed, and then just kill him that way. So I think he's going to actually get that.
I thought that third one was not going to hit.
I didn't think so either.
I thought we was going to get the dreaded
fight.
dink off the side there.
But, nothing doing. Dan's a champ. So he cleans that fight up very well. So this is going to fortunately set his orb route. It's going to course correct a little bit. It's going to make up for a little bit of lost stuff later on. So he's going to be able to pick up Stinger 2, as well as... did you buy 3 holy waters or 1? Just
3 there, yeah.
3 there? Okay, cool. So he's going to pick up a few holy waters. We're going to use one of them on this mission. Now, holy waters, we'll get into those in a little bit and why they are so powerful. But first, we're going to encounter this little mini-boss here called Shadow. You've probably seen him in Devil May Cry 5 recently, especially when Scruffington ran it about a day or so ago. This is the cat from, I guess the cat from Devil May Cry 5 originally appeared in this game, and it was a mini-boss. So you have to get it to expose its core, and then just kind of run away from it. So that cat was incredibly nice. I didn't even get a chance to talk about it. But their health is basically random. So you have to unload your guns into it, and then hit the core with your melee attack, and then you'll be able to just kind of wait out the rest of the death animation. Dan's going to pick up the death sentence there, which is just sort of a ceremonial sword. And then he's going to head into the boss fight against Nelo Angelo, who is another one of Mundus, the Demon King's minions. He prefers to fight with guts and honor. But, however, we don't have any guts nor honor. So we're going to just do 4 sets of slash cancels to him, and then pull out the Super Soaker, and then hit him with a blast of Holy Water.
The Holy Super Soaker.
The Holy Super Soaker. So, Holy Water in this game, not only does it do a ton of damage like that, but it never increases in price. In later Devil May Cry games like 3 and 4, it actually increases in price the more that you buy of them. However, in this game, that's not the case. So we get to spend only 700 red orbs, which is really, really good, all things considered. So it's really, really cheap, does a lot of damage, and because we're going to be going for so many S ranks, we're going to be able to afford a lot of them throughout the game. You also saw Dan there sort of stand on the cat's spike attack that it does, and that makes it so that he is able to... What is this cat doing?
This cat does not want to die. This happened in my PB as well recently. I'm not making the same mistake I made in my PB and jumped back down thinking it wasn't dead. So we good. We are absolutely Gucci on this mission.
Very nice.
Very similar to mission 3 as well. Completing this mission really quickly with no damage will net you a special bonus of 2,000 orbs plus your S rank as well.
Yeah, so those are the 2 main special bonuses that we get throughout the course of the run. They're really what's going to kind of define the orb route for the early game here. And man, you just barely afforded those 2. Sheesh.
Yeah, that's not good.
That's woo. All right, let's just hope for S rank on mission 7, I believe.
Yeah,
right,
we should be good. We should be good.
Yeah, we got a little bit of downtime here. This mission kind of just is, doing a couple holy waters and some movement. So if you got donations, now's a great time.
Sure thing. We've got 2 here. We have $10 from Devil Never Cry, who says, "Happy to see my boys Dan and Cosmic repping the DMC community. You got this." We also have $25 from Rage Cage. Says 2 DMC games of 1 marathon. Hype! I hope more people feel inspired to run this awesome series. Good luck to Dan, and shoutouts again to the DMC community. Now, I'm keeping track of all these because before we started, I talked to Dan because I know there's a very meme-worthy cutscene, and if we happen to raise, what do you say, $200, if we get a combo chain maybe, very stylish donation combo here, we might be able to see that. What do you think?
I reckon that's easily doable. What do you reckon, Cosmic?
I think that's pretty good. Yeah, I think that the crowd out there is pretty stylish. They can do that. No problem.
Yeah. Bids have been going towards the Dark Souls ending as well, because right after this, another wonderful action RPG, Dark Souls. We've got the bid in for the ending here, Dark Lord or Linking the Fire. It's been a close race all day, all night. Right now, 783 to Link the Fire and 628 for the Dark Lord. It's been swapping places here.
Well then. Very cool. That was unfortunate, by the way, that those scissors hit you. Yeah, dude, they've been out for you this entire run.
They've been out for me my entire career, man.
That's fair. That's totally fair.
Luckily, we've got enough for the next mission because I bought Air Hike early. Normally, I'd get it on this mission. So all we need to buy on this one is a purple orb, which is about 400 for the first one. So we're absolutely flying in terms of economy. I might go for special bonus here, actually, just to be a bit more safer.
You could probably just grab a couple of backup holy waters and be alright.
True. So there, in each mission, there's usually 1 or 2 like backup items we can get. There's a few that are mandatory, and there's a few that we have just in the back of our heads just in case. So I'll probably have to grab a few of them. So here's Phantom again, Phantom 2. We Helmbreak his face twice to stun him, and then it's basically the same as what we did in mission 3, and that was a perfect Phantom 2 actually.
That was really good. Is that the strat? You like intentionally Helmbreak his face?
Yeah, so by Helmbreaking him twice, you get him to like kind of arch back, and he starts running into the wall, which manipulates him slightly. Okay, I can't hit the switch. Thank you.
Nice. Okay, excellent.
So a perfect Phantom, but no perfect switch. We are going to pick up a new gun here, the grenade gun. We're going to equip it straight away and never take it off. Because grenade gun is the most powerful gun in the game. You know Capcom and their rocket launchers and grenade launchers and that. It's also the best way for us to build our devil trigger. Each time we hit an enemy with a grenade, it's probably gonna like raise probably about a quarter's runes worth of DT. For those uninitiated, DT obviously stands for devil trigger. I completely forgot about going for special bonus there, but I think we'll be okay. We don't actually have to buy anything until the next mission, so we should be all right.
Yeah. So the grenade gun not only does like a ton of damage, like Dan said, it does build a ton of devil trigger, and not only that, but like normally it has a very long recovery animation, but there's techniques that we can use to actually make it so that we can fire it a little bit more rapidly. So, you know, kind of breaking what the gun is balanced around. You see Dan doing these grenade rolls here to build back up the devil trigger while he just runs away from these blade enemies. He's also going to be going for a trick in the next room called early gauntlets. For those of you that have played this game casually, you know all about the wonderful platforming puzzle that happens to grab the gauntlet's Ifrit. However, we can skip all that by just jumping over to these platforms, then using the air raid that we bought earlier on mission 6 to just fly over to the platform, and there you go, gauntlets. Also in the next room here, a boss appears, but you don't even have to fight him. You can just kind of run over to the door and punch it, and then just head into the forest. It's one of the only few things that I would call a skip in this run. It's pretty. It's still funny, like every time I laugh. There's also a backup holy water there. And we're going to initiate the forest fight here. And the forest here, there's 3 spawn points. And the order in which the enemies sort of drop from all of them is a little bit random, as well as which enemies drop from which spawn points. So you kind of just have to run around the forest and do grenade roll cancels or grenade slash cancels and stuff, and just sort of hang around the center of the room and make sure that you're mopping up a lot of the enemies, especially the stronger ones. You saw Dan actually closing in on those enemies called the fetishes, and he's just closing in on them really quickly so he can do grenade into stinger in order to finish them a little bit quicker. So nice little adaptations like that during that forest fight will save you quite a lot of time. He's also not going to use... Well, I thought you were going to use Devil Trigger there. Devil Trigger run. Let's just save it. Okay, well, anyway. Make a liar out of me, why don't you?
We got to do it, man. We got to do it, you know what I mean?
That's fair.
Interesting note about that forest as well. It's the only room in the entire game that has technically 2 different enemy types in it.
Yeah, that's true. So because of the memory issues that they ran into on the PS2, in this game, no 2 types of enemies are in the rooms except for whatever rooms occupy both have both marionettes and fetishes, but they're both built off of basically, almost the same model or the same memory. So you won't see mixed waves in this game like you will in other Devil May Cries, and it's really just because of the memory thing. Which you don't really notice that until somebody points it out, and you're just like, whoa.
So this mission right here is an interesting one. It's more so a bit of a puzzle mission. So you see this orb of white light here. We have to follow it through a specific exit. Otherwise, we're going to be reset back to the start of the mission. Now, the way we attack the enemies in such an order, it basically manipulates that orb to always go down the left side. As long as the orb is moving towards the exit and not an enemy, we can basically cut it off and go through the exit quicker. So that's how we can get through that mission really easily there. So the first wave, we push the marionette that has the orb within past the threshold, which makes it come out automatically. The second wave, we use air raid. The first grenade that shot there should have killed that one, but she wanted to move out the way. It's like Cosmic said earlier, the sin scissors are out for my blood on this run. And then the third wave there is just a holy water to get rid of the blades.
Now, this mission right here is probably one of the most nerve-wracking in the entire run, specifically because of this room right here where you have to break down this wall, and then you also have to make your way back through it as well. We're going to grab... I forget what this thing is called.
The Sign of Chastity.
Yeah, that's right, the Sign of Chastity. So he's going to grab that, and then he's going to head back into the next room here, past the giant death scythe. which is the red, enemy with the big like skull or the goat skull head. And we're gonna actually be fighting Nelo Angelo for the second time. Now, instead of using 1 holy water on him, we're going to use 2. And really, like, it's one of those things where we want to cut as much of RNG out of the run as possible with these bosses. So just using these holy waters like this to just mow them down is just super, super efficient. We're only going to need to do like 2 hits of a last store here.
Don't know why that happened.
Oh yeah, that was really
Say
weird.
it with me, folks. That's never happened before. It actually hasn't either. Normally, the orbs from a boss like that will just like kind of track your location. So I've never actually seen one just kind of fall off on its own that way.
All right, so heading into this next mission here, mission 12 here. This is where, not only does the game kind of, I think, start to ramp up a lot, because we're starting to get a lot of like orbs just from, completing missions. I mean, mission 11 is kind of that way as well. But this is also where you start to see a few different ways that the game deviates now, because we used to go by in-game time. But now we go by real time in this game. So like that untouchable there that Dan just grabbed, the yellow star, normally we would grab that in an intermission between levels, but now we actually grab it on this mission here. And previously to other routes that you might have seen in this game, Dan actually grabbed 3 holy waters here. An old route used Meteor 1 and 2 holy waters. However, on this mission, we're just going to be using 3 holy waters instead, because we're going to holy water this death scythe here. And then we're also going to holy water Griffin twice. And holy watering Griffin twice just totally removes it does remove one of the cooler strats in the game, which was using Meteor 1 to kill him, but this is just way easier, so we're just going with it. It also costs 200 less orbs to do, because 1 holy water is 700, whereas Meteor 2 or Meteor 1 is 900 orbs. We also have a little bit of an intermission coming up here with the underwater level, everybody's favorite part of Devil May Cry 1. So any sort of, donations, advertisements and stuff that need to be done, it's a really good time for them.
Absolutely. Well, we have $5 from Tempest Mask 1000, who says, I knew I had to get at least one more donation in with Dan, the man, Spence, getting stylish for us once again. As a fresh member joining the DMC Speedrun community, I owe my thanks to people like you, Scruffington, Cosmic, and the rest. You fill my dark soul with light, so now I'm motivated. Keep Armadura jamming at ESA, whatever that means. Okay, I think I know. Good luck, Dan. Have fun. Let's link that fire for once. And yes, that donation bid went towards linking the fire. We also have $11 from FBI Michael Scarn, who says, a man with guts and honor. I like that. Good luck on the run, Dan. $1 for every year we had to wait for Dante to return.
That's facts. That is facts.
That is facts, yeah. Hella facts. All right, so Dan's also going to pick up a free holy water here in this intermission, and then he's going to be grabbing a ability called Vortex Level 2. And Vortex Level 2 is the fastest form of movement in this game. It's only available in Devil Trigger, and it's basically like M. Bison's Psycho Crusher from Street Fighter, if you played that game. Basically, Dante's just going to fly straight ahead like a rocket, and we're going to be able to direct that where we want it to go, because in this game, if you're in Vortex, you can actually disable the auto lock-on that the game does by holding down R2 or the right trigger, I should say. So it also has invincibility frames, so Dan's going to be just using it to totally ignore the spikes here when they come up, and then he can just fly straight to the end. The next room here as well, where he's going to stinger into, probably about a couple seconds. We used to think that getting through this room was RNG. However, if you just mash stinger in the door transition here, it will just send you off the edge no matter what enemy is there. This is because there's a mechanic in this game where in some doors, Dante will retain a position relative to the direction that he was facing when he entered the door previously. So there are strats actually based around that, which is pretty neat. Dan's going to be gathering up the Devil Trigger here as well to prep him for doing another bit of Vortex. on these next mission. And are you going to buy what, 1 or 2 holy waters on this next part?
Full stock.
Full stock.
I think it's 2 for a full stock here.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So something that also got changed, I think, within the last year for this game was that on this mission we used to go for an S rank, and we used to grab a holy water in like a side room, as well as like a big sort of orb that was in like one of the pots there. However, recently a lot of runs have just totally omitted that room, as well as sort of going like tanking the rank on this mission intentionally, because it just turns out that like the orbs that we got here were totally like a padding. So Dan's going to be using the untouchable here to get infinite devil trigger as well as invincibility, and then he's going to just sort of just vortex through the entire room, just, you know, free of cost basically. And if he does it right, he can actually get back to the entrance to the room. And if you actually exit a door while your untouchable is active still, you can retain full devil trigger after you like come out the other side of that door. So really, really cool strat. It was actually you know, sort of popularized by a guy named Zeta, who is, you know, he uses a lot of very innovative strats, and definitely like if you want to see like a very good alternate strat for this game that's really beginner friendly, he's definitely the guy to check out. And really cool to see some of his strats actually make it into the main any percent route as well. This next fight here against Griffin is just going to be a few holy waters. Griffin 3 here is actually sort of hard-coded to take only a certain amount of damage each phase. So Griffin starts on the ground, and once Dan does the holy water, he's going to raise up in the air, and then he'll raise up in the air again after Dan shoots him with the grenade launcher, at which point Dan will have to shoot him again after he raises up, and then we're going to be looking to do another 2 holy waters to him. Fortunately, sometimes Griffin does not like to cooperate because of the angle of Dante's grenade, as well as, you know, conflicting iframes on Griffin's flight patterns and stuff. And then there's like the 2 or 3 seconds that we're going to see Trish in this run.
Well, there's Trish, by the way, guys. That, you know, is an integral part of the plot. Absolutely.
And then he's just going to be heading down here, and then collecting what is this item called?
Wheel of Destiny.
Yeah, the Wheel of Destiny, that's right. Not to be confused with the Pick of Destiny. Shout out to Tenacious D. Alright, so now that we've gone through a bunch of these outside courtyards in this game, at this point in the story, Mundus has made it, you know, pretty clear that he is willing to stop Dante at any costs, and he is very unforgiving of people that are not going to help him in that regard. So Griffin is actually just dead. Mundus kills him as a result of him not being able to stop Dante. Dante is also, you know, sort of just taken out Phantom entirely at this point. So Mundus's dudes are dropping like flies. So Dante heading back to the castle now is going to notice, you know, that it's sort of in this very dark state now. You know, it's much closer to an underworld-esque look or an underworld-esque feel, sort of a horror feel, than it was previously. And this is just mostly because of, you know, Dante sort of approaching Mundus's throne, so to speak. You know, he's getting closer. Mundus detects that, you know, suspects that he's nearby, blah, blah, blah. The game just starts to get spookier as a result of the plot advancing. There's also a nice Tekken jungle on this guy that looks like a doppelganger of Dante.
Really clean plasma fight there, actually.
Yep.
Plasmas are such a cool enemy. Only when they're not attacking you.
And what's interesting is they actually sort of bring to the forefront like the subtle mechanics, like elemental weaknesses that are in this game, where if you attack them with a last door, like I think there's a chance that some of them will like split, but if you hit them with Ifrit, they'll take like a ton of damage or whatever. It's really cool. So Dan's gonna be heading into this fight here against Nightmare, and there's actually a 1 cycle for this fight. This boss can be a nightmare casually. However, what we're going to be doing is using the charge strikes from Ifrit in Devil Trigger in order to do as much damage as possible in as few hits as possible. So I'm just going to concentrate here.
There we go, got it.
Very nice. So basically what Dan did is 5 charge strikes with Ifrit, 1 uncharged strike, and then a holy water, which will take him out. So the reason that we do that is because Nightmare's cores persist across all 3 times that we will fight Nightmare. And the more hits that you do to those cores, the more Nightmare's damage resistance will increase. So in order for us to make sure that you know, we are doing optimal damage to him every time that we encounter him. We want to do as little hits as possible, but a ton of damage, and Ifrit really helps out with that. Dan's also going to max out his holy water count here again, as well as buy a purple orb. And the purple orbs, like we mentioned, I don't remember if we mentioned.
I don't actually think we mentioned about what purple orbs are.
So purple orbs will increase the max amount of devil trigger that you have, as well as refill your devil trigger if you don't have a full gauge already. So we use it at specific points in the run to refill devil trigger before going into a new mission. Here's the frosts as well here. That was really nice pause too. So there's like 7 frames or something where these enemies can attack you before you have a chance to pause. So you can just take damage on this mission, and it can be totally like out of your control whether or not the game chooses to accept your pause input. This mission is a little bit more of a filler mission as well here. We're just going to be kind of doing another puzzle where we have to deflect a fireball back at the game calls it a dragon. It's definitely just a T-Rex. So we got any more donations? Now's a pretty good time.
Sure thing. You have $10 from Wraith, who says, had to donate for that clean Phantom 1 fight. Child Wraith had to take the easy mode offer of shame from that fight. Well done. That donation went towards the Dark Lord ending. People are still fighting for what happens at the end of Dark Souls. Love to see it. Back to you.
All right. So, you see now that that totally dragon has been defeated.
I don't know any dragons that's firing fireballs like that.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's usually just constant stream, you know, but it's fine. It was the PS2. I get it, you know, so... he's going to pick up an item called the Quicksilver. Funny little fact here. On the PS2 versions of the game, on Dante Must Die mode, you can actually skip picking up this entirely, and you can just head straight to the boss. I don't know why it's not the case in any other version of the game, but it's definitely a thing on DMD. I don't know why it's not a thing on any of the other difficulties either.
Yeah, that's so strange, because you technically need it for this door, which gets you to Nelo 3. Yeah.
It just acts like you already have it. You just kind of head into Nelo 3 like nothing happens. It's like, okay, I guess, sure. So Dan's just going to be doing 3 holy waters here to Nelo Angelo. Pretty much going down without incident. This is another sort of level that has changed a little bit. Or I guess the 3 holy water strat has been a little more popularized recently within the last year or so with all the activity this game has gotten. You know, this game is like grown, I want to say, exponentially over the last year or so. When I started running, even just a couple of years ago, I think there was only maybe about like 15 runs on the board now, and now we're pushing like 50. So to see the amount of love that this game has gotten very recently is just awesome. Also, we just got our father's sword called Sparta. You know, it's the legendary Dark Knight sword that was used to seal Mundus away, however many years ago, and it's totally useless. So we're going to unequip it, and we're going to equip Elastor again. We're also going to be going into another underwater section here. Dan should be, sort of aiming kind of at the left there. And this is another thing where Dante's going to be facing the way that, he comes into the room and where he exited it. So you can manipulate the AI scissor there, or the AI of the scissor there, by facing to the left. And it will always cause it to sort of swim to the right rather than swimming behind you. So something that makes that room a little bit more consistent just because we entered the room a specific way. There's a lot of like neat little things in this run like that. Neat little like movement manipulations that is really just cool to see. The way that the game behaves like that. Sort of get to see like the ghost in the machine, so to speak.
Can I offer you a egg in this trying time, Cosmic?
I was about to go for it. I figured I'd let you go for it, It was a rather excellent opportunity for you, Dan, You know.
I just don't want to crack under pressure, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you might get scrambled, dude.
I know, man.
But it's fine because
your face,
this nightmare fight is about to go over easy because we're going to be doing another... one cycle to him in the same manner as we did before, but this is even easier because we didn't even need to build Devil Trigger before the fight began. And Nightmare going down without incident, as per usual. Executed cleanly by Dan the Man Spence.
Dante came like, these hands rated E for everyone.
There was a joke. There was something there, but I just couldn't grasp it. Anyway, so so Dan is going to be picking up a couple more holy waters here. And this is just going to be like a little bit more movement oriented section where Dante is going to be fighting these enemies. Well, we would technically be fighting these enemies called the Nobodies. And the Nobodies just have a ton of health, and there's a lot of them that spawn in on this mission. So we actually just using the holy water here just saves like a ton of time, especially because I think like a second wave sort of spawns in, after you activate it. Also, if you didn't grab like the Nightmare Beta gun in mission 15, it spawns on the bed in this mission, so that's pretty cool. That's a nice little fun fact.
Really nice for when all collectibles runs go down. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true, and 100% runs.
True.
So Dan's just going to be using the 2 holy waters here. And it's really nice, to have these sort of missions in the run where, like, especially if you're on, like, a really, really good pace and you have to fight those nightmare fights, just being able to, like, catch your breath and relax and everything and just do some movement and some holy waters is really good, to, like, especially when you get out of those tense nightmare fights where, like, Nightmare 1 cycle, I think, at this point is, like, the hardest thing in the game to do consistently. Yeah. So being able to, just sort of have like a little bit of downtime afterwards is really good to know, especially because after this mission we have the final showdown against Nightmare coming up. So Dan is going to just be vortexing across these bridges here. I also forgot to mention this because it just goes by so quickly. Vortex is just totally allowing us to skip a lot of this this really jank platforming that's in the game, so really, really good. Shout outs to Vortex there for allowing us to skip a lot of that. Yeah.
It's also going to come in clutch in 21. You know what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah.
We'll explain that when we get there, though. We'll explain that when we get there.
Yeah. All right, so Dan's going to use a Devil Star here at the end of the mission so that he can go into this mission with full Devil Trigger, which is going to allow him to Vortex right off the bat and then go into the Nightmare 3 fight. Nightmare 3 is a little bit different because it's forced into 2 phases. And so the first phase, Dan is actually going to be doing 4 hits with Ifrit. And then he'll be using a Holy Water there, and then it'll just be another Holy Water after that. And at this point in the game, we actually discover that Trish was an imposter among us. And she has betrayed us. And she is a demon created by the Demon King Mundus to look like Dante's mother, Eva, to sort of entice him to come to Malay Island and fight Mundus, to trap him, etc., etc. So there she is, firing lightning at us from behind the wall. However, whatever. Oh shoot, that was the audio cue. I totally forgot to explain that.
It's an easy collapse for Nightmare at that point.
Yep, absolutely. All right, so coming into the end game here, there's a key on the other side of this wall here. And we used to fly over to it with Vortex, but now we just shoot it with the grenade and just, hit it 3 times, and then you can just open it up and it's all good to go. The living cave here that we're heading into, we're going to be fighting a bunch of nobodies. This is probably, I want to say, about the last time that's good for donations, because then we're just going to be, going to ham hocks from here on out.
Yeah, we are closing in on the Dark Soul with Light cutscene as well.
Yep.
That's true. I was going to ask, because right now I've been keeping track of the donations coming in. Total up to $71 so far. Right now we're cool. We want to get to stylish. We have the $200, just a little fun live incentive here. And people can continue to bid towards the Dark Souls ending while doing it. Right now, still... Yeah, we're almost halfway there for that little runner incentive here.
We still got a little bit of time left. Yeah, minutes left. Yeah. All right. So the trick that's coming up here is known as the Cosmo Climb. I didn't name it. I did come up with it, but somebody else named it after me. It was my good friend B. Reality, because he always calls me Cosmo instead of Cosmic. So the Cosmo Climb basically is we're going to manipulate the way that Dante targets enemies in Vortex, and we're going to stand underneath one of the electrics in the next room. And So if Dante is right underneath an enemy, he'll fly straight upward. So as long as we do this, as long as Dan does this correctly, and the enemies cooperate, we'll be flying straight to the top of the room. Very nice. Very clean Cosmo climb as well. That's a clean Smo climb, dude. Good stuff.
Jeez.
Sheesh. All right, so now we're heading into the Demon King Mundus. And you might be thinking, well, this is the point where the game turns into Space Harrier. I don't like this very much. Well, neither do we. So we're going to be skipping it entirely by just abusing Puff the Magic Dragon.
That's his canonical name, by the way.
Yeah, the canonical name of this dragon here is Puff, as said by Hideki Kamiya on Twitter. He is literally Puff the Magic Dragon. I don't know why you would decide to name the character, like the dragon, this at all, like, but okay, you know, whatever. So we're just gonna refill on Devil Trigger here and just totally take him out. Like, all right, I guess. You know?
That's pretty much it. We just completely just buy all the Devil Stars, refill 5 stocks, and that's it. Yep. Just keep firing that dragon. This one's a bit different. So we're going to take damage while we're in the lava here. So I'm in Devil Trigger right now, just to maximize damage. Once we get to about one rune, pause, hit the Devil Star. And we're just going to keep doing this kind of free hit combo here. We should be okay for health. I died. Oh. That's fine. You still have another Devil Star, right? You know what it is? It's fine. I'm just making time for the Dark Soul Light incentive. You know what I mean? You have one, though, unfortunately, that's made me lose that Devil Star that we used there. But I do have a spare. It just means we're going to have to buy an extra one for the last mission there. Okay. I've not died on this mission for a while, I'm not going to lie. I would heal. But... There we go. You know what? We're just going to play it. We're just going to play it, aren't we? We've got to play it. I don't know. Are you allowed to if it doesn't meet it? Or? I mean, we're there now, aren't we? We're too far gone at this point.
Oh, we're there. It's up to you. It was our decision beforehand. It's not official.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if it was official or not. All right, yeah. That's fine.
We can show off the entirety of this PS2 game's budget all in one 3-second sequence. So if in a moment you're going to see the camera pan up and Dante is going to start crying, you know, Devil May Cry and whatnot, and you're going to see the entirety of the animation budget on his bottom quivering lip. I mean, it is just glorious. Look at that. Absolutely glorious scenes right now here on Devil May Cry ESA. So yeah, Trish is dead, that we've seen for a total of 4 seconds. He leaves the amulet, which is not in the sword for whatever reason, which it should be.
It should be, but you know, as you do. As you do.
Dante's going to go full crazy, and he's just going to stab her as well. Oh no, he missed. He's fine. He's fine. It's good.
Oh yeah, that's good.
My father's also here now. Rest in peace.
So yeah, R.I.P. Trish. We hardly knew you because we skipped all your cutscenes. So.
I was going to say, if we had skipped this, she would have literally been there for like a total of 4 seconds.
It's really hard to get like embedded with something like that when we just like, yeah, who's this?
Don't forget the star, by the way. Yeah, there's another Divinity statue coming up, so you're all right.
Yeah, I forgot. I'm getting so embedded with this cutscene.
I mean, you're going on muscle memory, dude. It happens. It's definitely a thing.
True.
All right, so now we are in the classic Capcom escape sequence. This is where I again mentioned that this game used to be Resident Evil 4. So, like, you know, in keeping with the tropes of those games, it has that timer there in the left corner there, and that just allows us to, you know, go ahead and have some fun. by escaping a exploding island, because now we've just defeated the Demon King by way of Space Harrier and damage boosts. So Dante is just going to be heading right on out, and then making his way out of the underworld here, and he's just trying to exit through the front of the castle at this point. Everything's sort of collapsing down around him, so Dan's got to build a little bit of Devil Trigger, excuse me, and then run through the next room, use one last holy water for the road, and then we're going to be heading into the last fight against the Chef Boyardee Mundus, or the Spaghettio Mundus, as Maxi Loads likes to call him.
True. Yeah, Mundus definitely ain't happy. He's just breaking apart inside.
Dan's going to use a double star here in order to fill up his Devil Trigger again, and we're just going to do the spin cycle washing machine strats on Mundus here, and just totally take him out. Boom, 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 Dunsky.
Okay, so time's coming up shortly. As soon as we get out of this last section, I'll call for it. There is a cutscene after this section that we have to skip first, and then time will be after that. So this is like Cosmic said, classic Capcom escape. You've seen the ending of Resident Evil 4 in a jet ski. Now welcome to beta Resident Evil 4 in a biplane.
Chris, let's escape using this biplane that conveniently crashed through the ceiling.
Okay, yep. So we're coming to the end of this section here. I'll skip this last cutscene and call for time. So time will be time. There you go. And that's Devil May Cry 1, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, very good.
And Dante renames his shop for all the 5 minutes to Devil Never Cry, because reasons.
And that's where the donation reader, or the donation or the donator's name came from earlier. Devil Never Cry. He's a very, very cool YouTuber, content creator guy for Devil May Cry series. Shout outs to DNC. One
of the homies for sure.
Oh yeah.
So like Cosmic was saying earlier, the game used to be timed in IGT, so we'll check that just for the sake of it. So it's a 4041 IGT. Just out of curiosity, what it was RTA? I'm going to guess around a 44.
4457 on the ESA timer.
So
very cool, dude.
That IGT 40.
Yeah, you can see why. There's always around about a 4-minute gap between IGT and RTA, especially when I've been running. But yeah, that's the DMC1. Shout out again to the Cosmic. Like I say, without his guide and guidance just in the background as well, never be running this game to the point where I am at the moment. Slickford, DNC, all the other guys as well. Absolutely amazing community. If you want to check this out, the Cosmic's got a really good video tutorial on how to start running this. Slickford's got a really nice advanced guide, and then I also do my own guide for the other category in this game, which is all collectibles, which is just shy of 100%. So there's a lot of material out there, a lot of material if you want to get into this game.
Yep, absolutely. We would love to see more runners for this game. It's an incredible run, and I'm really proud of how far you, Dan, have especially come. Seeing you just kind of climb the ranks to where you are now has been awesome to see. So good job, dude, and awesome run. And shout outs to the rest of the Devil May Cry boys and girls.
Big thank you as well for ESA for having us. First ESA event. Wanted to kind of get into ESA for... I saw ESA at TwitchCon 2 years ago, and that was it. I was set then. So it's kind of like a goal come true for me right now. So yeah, it's really, really appreciated to the guys at ESA and the staff. So really appreciate it, and thank you guys again. Let's make some magic happen with the rest of the runs now.
Yes, thank you very much, Dan the man, with that stylish Devil May Cry run. Thank you both so much. Thank you, Cosmic. And stick around, folks. We'll be rolling on over to Dark Souls soon, right after the break.